I'm Hannah.
And I'm Hanna.
And this is Horror Hour with the Hannas.
And welcome to Movie Rec Monday, where we tell you what to watch.
This is our newest episode series that we're releasing on the first and third Mondays of the month, where we will discuss a lesser known or lesser watched movie and why we think it should be more well known and why we think you of all people should watch it. So this week, we are going to be discussing Watcher, not to be confused with The Watcher on Netflix, the show. This is a movie Watcher that came out in 2022. It's a rated R film written and directed by Chloe Okuno in her first film, and starring Micah Monroe, who you might recognize as the lead in It Follows. The back of the box synopsis is a young American actress moves with her husband to Bucharest and begins to suspect that a stranger who watches her from an apartment window may be a serial killer.
Yep.
AKA a fear that, many women have. We're always like, oh, I'm being watched or someone's following me.
Yeah, it honestly kind of reminds me of Rear Window in some ways.
Oh, yeah.
Or Disturbia, since we know that's kind of a remake of Rear Window.
Yeah.
In some ways.
It definitely has that inspo.
With I think with more
further.
the lens from, or more of a twist where it's from a woman's lens, and that also I can't give too many spoilers, but
it's
is
very
being
much
gaslit into thinking that no one really believes her. And she's also in a foreign country, so it's hard to, where she doesn't know the language, so she's already feeling very isolated.
Yeah, it's very much a perfect representation of the anxiety that exists as a female. As a woman, we're constantly having to be concerned about our safety in a way that men don't have. And so I found the movie really relatable, and it made me feel kind of seen with some of the concerns that I have had existing in this world. So that is one of the main reasons why I definitely recommend that horror-loving women watch this movie. You will feel seen, most likely.
Yeah, and it's definitely scary.
So it is a psychological horror. And why you might not have seen it or heard of it before is because it had a very limited theatrical release. The box office was only $3.2 million, and it played in less than 800 theaters across the US and Canada, and the US alone has well over 5,000 theaters, so definitely didn't have a wide release. I have no idea, honestly, how I heard of this, and I think it was mainly because of Micah Monroe, looking through her Wikipedia page that I ended up seeing this, and I quite liked it.
Yeah, I did too.
So Matt, why do you think people should see this movie?
I'll say it like I always say it. I think that seeing horror movies by women directors and writers is great, and you're going to get a different view of things because of that. It's very different, and it's very... You can tell that this was made by a woman. Yeah, so that's a big part. I think it plays on a lot of very real fears. I remember it looked good. Everything about it is just good, technically proficient, right? And yeah, I thought it was an overall good creepy time in a I don't have control type of way.
Yeah, I think it very much captures what it's like to feel out of place because, like we said, she is in a foreign country and doesn't know the language. So when she does try and get help or talk to other people about what she's going through, she can't even properly communicate. So in that regard, she's very isolated. I also like the performances. I really like her. I find her really convincing, and I feel like I would gladly see her in anything. My horror queen. And I feel like it does a really good job, being a slow burn and, amping up the anxiety over time.
It's very much a slow burn, yes. It also is kind of a relationship drama in some ways. There's an added element of that her, husband speaks the language and is kind of out and doing his new job, where she's kind of stuck at home to just let her mind wander and watch the building across from her. And yeah, it's good. I don't want to say too much more, but it's good.
You very much just made it sound exactly like Rear Window.
It is like Rear Window. Yeah.
The being alone, looking out your window, watching someone.
Well, he wasn't alone. He was ignoring his girlfriend in Rear Window.
Okay. You know my point,
yes,
though,
I know.
of being trapped at home.
That's a big meme about how that he sucks because he is, I forget.
He literally
it's a
has
very
something to be
famous
doing.
actress that is like there and is like wants his attention and he just ignores her.
Fuck it, I'm gonna just look out the window,
It's very
babe.
funny, yeah. All right.
How scary would you say this movie is? If you were gonna give it a scarometer rating of 5.
I don't know. 2.5.
Yeah, I was originally thinking of 2. I don't think it's too traditionally scary. But then thinking about it from the perspective of a woman, and I could see as someone rating it much higher than that.
I think it sticks with you after more than it's actually scary while watching.
I agree with that. It definitely stuck with me after, hence why we're covering it here.
Yeah.
But I've also told like other friends to watch it, especially women. I'm like, look, you'll feel so seen. Because there have been times where I've like walked home from places and like text someone to be like, hey, can we talk on the phone? Like, I'm scared. And men will be like, no, it's fine. Or like, I'm busy. Mm-hmm. No, I don't want to talk to you. And it's like, but I'm fragile.
You're not supposed to be on the phone. It's more dangerous.
I know, but it's scary to be like alone.
No, I understand.
Or like in college, not to like rat you out, but Matt and I, 1 year of college, lived like a 25-minute walk from each other, and I would constantly be like, hey, can you come to my place, or can you, which my roommates sucked, so to be fair, I understand why we didn't do that.
Shout out.
But, oh no, I hope they don't listen for some reason. But also, sometimes I'd be like, hey, can you order me an Uber? Like, it is 2 a.m. and dark out, and I don't feel safe. And Matt would be like,
you're on campus.
No, you bitch. And so this movie, I literally, watching it, I was like, hey, can we call up 19-year-old Matt for a second and make him watch this movie? Like, why wasn't this out when you needed it?
Now I'm kind of thinking maybe this movie's just making everyone think everyone's out to get him, though. Everyone's too paranoid. I don't know.
No, that is not what this movie is saying.
No, I feel like you're still
gaslighting me.
No, I started thinking about how, like, true crime has, like, in some ways, like, really messed up people's brains.
Definitely agree, but in terms of this movie, I would certainly agree to disagree.
Yeah, like you said, I still like it.
Yeah, I think it is really good. And again, it made me feel seen in a way that I feel like a lot of media doesn't. But let's talk about what the critics and audience thought of this movie, not just what I thought of this movie. So it premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in January 2022, and it was nominated for the Grand Jury Prize. Didn't win, though. It won the Best Feature at the Boston Underground Film Festival. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has an 88% out of 149 critic reviews. So, very positive.
Critics were happy with it.
Yeah, very positive overall. Some of the critic quotes that I liked that I wanted to share included Lena Wilson of the New York Times calling it one of the century's most arresting tales of female anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Very much agree.
Okuno's direction and Monroe's performance together create a simmering anxiety that never really relents. That's from Anna Bokostia from Times Out. Definitely butchered her name, but 100% agree. I do think this is, like we said, a slow burn. You'll feel anxious the whole time, especially, again, as a lady. It just is so amped up. Another review, last one I'm going to share, is from Damon Wise with the Deadline Hollywood Daily, saying it's a sustained package that delivers on so many fronts that what could be so easily have been a formulaic slasher genuinely pushes the boundaries of its genre, toying with an unusual bleakness that will keep audiences guessing until the end.
I agreed with all of them. I think those are all good high praises.
Yeah.
Like I said, we want you to watch it. That's why we're talking about it.
Fuck yeah.
So where can we see it?
You can watch it on Hulu or Shudder for free.
Hulu for free or Hulu for free with a subscription?
It said it was free when I pulled it up.
Nice. All right.
And I certainly don't have any fancy stuff. We just
we
get it with Spotify.
Yeah. So I'd say go watch it. It's on Hulu. Easy enough to watch. Something a little bit different. Nice little slow burn. And I thought it was overall like a good time and definitely like stuck with me after the credits rolled.
100%. Let us know what you think. If you liked it, definitely send us a DM. Tell us to keep recommending more things that are similar. We will gladly do so. And if you didn't like it...
Yeah, we don't really care.
You're wrong.